Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jamie and this is the weekly series where we talk about new makeup releases, if they're going to go on our wish list, if we're interested in them, or just passing over them altogether. If you like this makeup look, I just finished filming it for a recreation of a bridesmaid look that I used earlier in the year, so that should be up on my channel probably next week. As always, the series was inspired by Samantha March and her Will I Buy It series. Samantha posts her Will I Buy It videos every Wednesday, so I'll have her Will I Buy It playlist linked down below. She also created a community playlist where other creators can make this type of video. So if you like watching these videos and discovering more creators, I'll have her playlist linked down below so you can check it out and binge watch these videos all day. I feel like last week there were so many releases to talk about and it kind of settled down a little bit this week, so it should be a shorter video, but nonetheless, let's get started. Would it really be a new makeup release video if we didn't talk about Colourpop? Colourpop is coming out with a festival collection. The collection includes pressed glitter eyeshadows that retail for $5 each, pressed pigments that retail for $5.50 each, a BFF liner in white or Little White Lies that retails for $8 each, So Juicy glosses that retail for $7 each, and Creme Gel Liners that retail for $6 each. I thought the pressed glitters were pretty. I don't really gravitate towards pressed glitters. I have quite a few of the Stila Glitter and Glow shadows, and they're my preferred form if I'm going to add glitter to a look. The pressed pigments are nice, but they weren't really colors that I would use, but I think for a festival collection, they're really appropriate. What really caught my attention out of the collection the most was the Creme Gel Liners. They have such pretty shades, and I generally really like the Creme Gel Liner formula. I think if I place a Colourpop order, I would pick up some of them, especially that pink, that hot pink one. I could see myself definitely getting use out of that, and they had like a neon electric yellow. The collection is reasonably priced because it's Colourpop, so I think that's always a good point because if you like one or two things from the collection, it's also available individually and you're not paying an arm and a leg for something you probably wouldn't use too frequently. So although this isn't really a new release, it's more like a foreshadowing of a new release. Devinah tweeted that she's so ready for lashes and that they're going to be 100% synthetic and cruelty-free. I think that's great, and I know in a later post she also asked what people typically paid for lashes, and a lot of people mentioned they like more affordable eyelashes. I typically don't wear false lashes, so I doubt this is a release that I'll be picking up, but it's always nice to see a new addition to the Anastasia Beverly Hills line. Devinah also posted on Instagram asking makeup artists what they're really into these days, and someone wished that Anastasia would come up with a concealer line, and Devinah said that was her hope for 2020. So I am hoping they come out with concealer lines. I feel like complexion products is really missing from the Anastasia Beverly Hills collection. They have their stick foundations, but I'd love to see a really nice liquid foundation from their brand. Almost everything I try from Anastasia tends to be a holy grail and staple in my makeup routine, so I know that their complexion products would just be another thing that I'd end up using all the time. Another brand that I feel like I've mentioned in every one of these videos is BH Cosmetics. Last week, we were talking about their collaboration with It's My Ray Ray, and this week they're coming out with the Summer 2019 palette. It's a 16 shadow palette that retails for $12. I don't find the colors in this palette especially appealing. It didn't really like draw me in, and to be honest, I kind of just like saved it on my Instagram, like that's something I could talk about, but it's not something I would plan on buying. It's pretty, but I feel like it's kind of overdone. It looks like a lot of different palettes. When I think of summer, I think of kind of like bright neons and pastels, and this looks kind of like a mauve cool tone palette with a pop of green that the green's nice, but it's not something that I really need in my collection. BH Cosmetics is a super affordable brand, so if you don't have colors like this, they're at a price point that's probably accessible to most people. But because I have a rather large makeup collection, I definitely have all these colors in one form or another. So Morphe's also releasing quite a few things. They're collaborating with Desi Danger to make this lilac highlighter that retails for $14. They've collaborated with her in the past to make a highlighter palette, which I don't know if they actually still sell anymore. This highlighter is pretty, but I have pink and purple highlighters. I bought the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit, and I rarely use it. So a single highlighter that's colorful wouldn't really fit my needs because I already have colorful highlighters that I'm not really gravitating towards. I do think this color could be pretty on deeper skins, and it could also be used as a blush topper. So if it's something you're interested in, I don't think $14 for a decently large pan of highlighter is a bad price. And if you buy it off their website, you can always use affiliate codes. I don't know if this highlighter will be coming into Ulta, but I think you can use your $3.50 off coupons at Ulta for Morphe. So it could also be something to consider if maybe the price point isn't right for you or you're looking to get it at a little bit of a discount. So in addition to that, Morphe is also releasing baking powders that retail for $12 each. According to the Trend Mood 1 Instagram page, these powders claim to be a satiny loose powder formulated to absorb oil and seamlessly lock in makeup. Matte finish with zero flashback. And they have 4 different shades: translucent, translucent rich, brightening pink, and banana. I think the shade range is decent. I think they definitely could have gone deeper and some sort of shade for a medium skin tone. I will not be picking this up. The whole claim about a matte powder kind of scares me considering my skin's so dry and I very rarely powder as it is. I think for people with oily skin, this release would be great. And for $12, that's a price point that is pretty achievable. I wouldn't be surprised if these were sold in I wouldn't be surprised if these were sold at Ulta as well. So that's gonna be something you could definitely like swatch and try out the formula. And it also gives you the accessibility to return it if you're in the United States. I like the fact that they did have multiple shades. I have to applaud them on that because deeper skin tones and lighter skin tones can find one. And they have the banana and pink for people that really like to brighten up their under eyes. But I think I'm gonna pass over this. They are also releasing another single highlighter in the shade Meteor, which claims to be a gilded rich gold. If you can't tell by how fair my skin tone is, gold highlighters do not work on me. So that's something that realistically I would buy it and wouldn't be able to use it because it would 100% leave that gray cast. So I've heard decent things about the Morphe highlighters. Some YouTubers I like use them, but I'm really happy with my highlighter collection as it is. So I don't really want to add anything that I don't think I'd get value out of. Earlier last year, Black Moon Cosmetics came out with their Orb of Light palette. It was a all matte palette that was like that half moon shade. And it was kind of just like a warm neutral palette. They're releasing what I would consider the sister palette, which is called the Black Metal palette. It's an all metallic palette. And while the colors are absolutely pretty, I really don't need an all shimmer palette. To be honest, I think that the photo that Black Moon put up is great, but then Indie Mood put up a photo of the swatches, and the swatches kind of got me excited for a minute. That lilac purple, which almost looks like a duochrome on the end, really took my breath away, and I had to tell myself that I don't need an entire palette for one shade, but that's an absolutely beautiful color. I think if you don't have enough metallics in your collection, it's a nice staple, but I find that when I do have all shimmer palettes or all matte palettes, I find it difficult when I'm on the go because I like to just have one palette, but if I'm feeling more creative in a creative space, I'll definitely incorporate other palettes. What do you think? Do you like palettes that are all shimmer or all matte? Do you like palettes that have a combination of both? I personally have no problem reaching into multiple palettes to create an eye look. It's just a little bit more time consuming, so I have to be willing to put in the effort. Black Moon Cosmetics is now sold at Ulta, so if this palette interests you, you can get it at Ulta as well. They haven't put a release date or a price point, but I'll have the price point of their Orb of Light palette in the description box down below because I would assume because it's a similar size and layout, they would retail for similar prices. I talked last week about the Makeup Menagerie Whale Song palette and how it's a Photoshop copy, but it got me excited. And now we've released the actual shades. The palette has a special order pre-sale price of $25, but it will regularly retail for $29. It has the shade Pearl, which is a nude pearl sheen, Plankton, which is a beige with olive undertones, Barnacle, a smoky blue gray, Crustacean, a pastel sky blue, Fluke, a green shifting seafoam green metallic, which that description is everything. Whoever wrote these descriptions deserves a raise. Whale Song, a green shifting cerulean blue metallic. Dive, a cerulean blue. Breaching, a navy dark blue. Kelp, an olive. Splash, a green shifting blackened blue. Reef, a teal green. And Bubble Net, a smoky green. The description of these colors is even more beautiful than the palette itself. I'm definitely going to pick this up. I don't know when I'm going to pick it up, probably not in the near future, but it's on my wish list. It's on my radar. It's definitely something I'm going to add to my collection. I think this is beautiful. And the descriptions of the different duochromes look absolutely like they just entice me. I'd love to see swatches of the duochrome to really see their true reflex, but regardless, I think I'm going to buy this palette. Benefit Cosmetics has extended their shade range in their brow pencils, the Precisely My Brow, and they've added a bunch of new shades. They added shades that I feel like were kind of a necessity to their collection because I felt like I personally couldn't find a shade that would match me in their brow range. They added shades a neutral blonde shade, which is best for ash blonde to sandy blonde hair, a warm auburn, which is best for strawberry blonde to auburn hair, a warm medium brown, which is best for a warm medium brown to chocolate brown hair, and a cool gray. I really like the fact that they had a gray in the range. I feel like that's something you don't see. And that way people that, you know, have gray hair or dye their hair gray would also have a brow shade that would match them. So I think that's a great addition to the Benefit line. So last week we talked about Colourpop's BYOP or Build Your Own Palette sale. And now Ofra is having a BYOP sale. So you're able to build your own highlighter, blush, or bronzer compact. And it has 6 shades and it retails for $89, but it's $150 of a retail value. I'm gonna pass over this. I've actually never tried any of the Ofra face products, but one of my friends swears by their highlighters. But if I was gonna try one of their things, I'd try a highlighter or a small highlighter palette and not pick from 6 shades. I do wanna try their shade Glazed Donut by Nikki Tutorials because I feel like that color would really complement my skin tone because I think Nikki and I wear the same foundation shade. So if it works for her, it would hopefully work for me. So I am interested in trying the Ofra formula, but building a palette out of a formula that I've never tried isn't something that's gonna work for me. So Patrick Ta is a celebrity makeup artist who started his own line, Patrick Ta Beauty, and it's officially available now on his website. And he came out with several different products. Major Glow Body Oil retails for $53 and has gold and shimmer finely milled reflex pearls. The Major Glow Highlighting Mist is $32 and comes in 3 different shades. Look at her, a white pearl. We love her, a pink pearl, and we need her, a gold pearl. There's the Major Glow Setting Fan, which is $24. She's extra, designed to make the application of the highlighting mist easy and to help apply and dry down setting spray and eyeliner. There's the Major Glow Lip Shine for $22, which is a moisturizing, and it also feels like a lip balm. It's in the shade Influencer. Is she younger than me? And that shade has peach and pink finely milled reflex. And also the shade She's Expensive. I think everything he came out with is actually really pretty and it looks really nice. And because he's a celebrity makeup artist, I can be almost assured that the quality is great. But none of these products are stuff that I really use. I think the idea of a highlighter mist is very intriguing and it's something I'd want to try just for like the shock factor and trying something new. But realistically, a highlighting mist would get everywhere and you couldn't really concentrate it on the high points of your face where you'd want highlighter. I have a bunch of fans from the dollar store, so I'm not gonna pay $20-something for a fan just to dry down my product, and I wouldn't use a body oil. Out of all the products, the lip gloss would be something I would try, but I'm not running out for this release. Are you excited by this? I know Patrick Ta does have a huge following and he does have great makeup looks, so I'd love to see what people say about this. A lot of influencers went to his launch, so I know there's some review videos floating around YouTube if you want to see what people have to say about the release. Tarte is doing a collaboration with Adelaine Morin for their eye and cheek palette. It is available at Ulta Beauty and it retails for $39. There's a highlighter, a blush, and then 9 eyeshadows. I think this palette is pretty. I really like the pops of yellow, especially for spring. And the blush and the highlighter looks like they'd be able to work on my skin, even though Adelaine has a lot more of a rich skin tone than I do. So I'd hope those products could work on a variety of skin tones. However, I am also gonna pass on this launch. The colors I think are absolutely beautiful and I like the yellow, which is probably why I have a bunch of yellow single shadows in my collection so that I can use them when I want. Other than that, this palette is pretty neutral and I don't really know who Adelaide is, so I don't feel a connection to buy her products. Sometimes when there's a collaboration with an influencer that I like and I follow, I'm more compelled to buy their products, even if it's something I already own. But because I don't know her, there's kind of a disconnect between the collaboration and the items. Are you a fan of Adelaine? Is it something you'd plan on buying? Are you one of the Adelangels? I'd love if you let me know down below and maybe I should check out her videos and see what she's all about. So Laura Lee's brand, Laura Lee Los Angeles, is coming out with single eyeshadows. The single shadows retail for $6 each and her magnetic palette retails for $12 each. You can buy all of her shades, which are 20 of them, for a bundle for $119. I think $6 a shade is a great price, and especially $12 for a fairly large magnetic palette also isn't that bad of a price. I fully expected it to be more expensive. However, because I really do like single shadows, I pretty much have all of these. I'll link up in the cards above a video where I did all of my favorite single shadows, but I have a more expansive collection than the one that I just showed in that video. I really like single shadows, and I like the fact that you can play with different colors, make different color combinations, and buy single colors that pique your interest instead of a palette just for one color. I think she came out with a great range of shades. There's some neutrals, but there's also like a pop of blue and green, some pinks. I think for a starting launch of single shadows, Laura Lee did a great job incorporating a variety of different colors. However, because of my love for single shadows, I have all these colors, and therefore I'm going to skip over this launch. Is it something you'd be interested in? The shadows look nice, but I haven't seen anybody review them or talk about them. I think it is a great release for her brand, and I like the fact that she was more colorful considering her first two palettes were fairly neutral. So I'd love to know if there's something you're interested in or just something you're not going to get altogether. So are you a fan of Laura Lee? Would that make you more predisposed to buy from her brand? Because although I am subscribed to her channel and her videos can be kind of hit and miss for me, so I'm not so attracted to her that I need to buy everything that her brand releases. But I do like some of her other releases. This one is just something I already have in my collection, so I'm going to skip over it. And the last product that I want to talk about is from Devinah Cosmetics. Devinah is coming out with multichrome eyeshadows, and they look beautiful. I don't have the price listed on here as of now, but I should be able to find it on their website, so I'll link everything down below. These eyeshadows are one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a while, and I'm so drawn to them. Devinah was on the 9 brands that I want to try in 2019, and this might be the release that I pick up. I know some influencers that I follow have affiliate codes with Devinah, and I love using affiliate codes because I get a discount, so it'd make my purchase even cheaper. What do you think of these swatches and these shades? Because I think they're absolutely beautiful, and the indie brands will sometimes kill it with releases. Whenever a new trend comes out, the odds are an indie brand started it first. The whole liquid eyeshadows, liquid lipsticks, duochrome eyeshadows. So we'll probably see trichrome and multichrome eyeshadows come into mainstream brands later in the year. But I love supporting smaller indie brands, and these colors are everything that I've dreamed of. That pink and that peach one look absolutely beautiful, as well as that purple blue shift. So I'd love to watch the swatch video from Devinah's Instagram and learn more about the colors and decide which one I'm going to pick up. So although this was a slightly shorter video, we're going to wrap it up for today talking about new makeup releases. What releases have you super excited, and what releases just don't really pique your interest? I'd love if you let me know down below. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and coming back for more videos every week, and I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.